Hello and welcome to this assembly. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk today about God creating everything from nothing and about how people in the past were guided by God to write things down. And in the Bible, which is Christians believe is God's book, and I'm speaking from a Christian perspective today, in the Bible we have the words of King David when he says this. He says, "O God, you have taught me from my youth, from when I was a young person, and I have declared your wonderful works. Now also when I am old and grey-headed, O God, do not forsake me, until I have shown your strength to this generation and your power to everyone that is to come." So David felt that by writing things down, he could show God's power to his generation and God's strength to every generation that is to come. And I've got here a blank piece of paper, and that's all it is. It's nice paper, it's hammered paper, but it's blank. And I've got a pen. And I just want to make you think about this, the power of a blank sheet of paper. When God created everything, he made it from nothing. He had no giraffes to change and to create into something different. He'd never made anything in this universe, and he started from blankness, from nothing. And he made all the things we see around us, from the koala bears to the fish in the sea to the birds of the air, and all of the wonderful creatures God made where he had nothing to go on, nothing that had ever been made before. He had the wisdom and the power to create them, to help them so that they could eat and feed, so that they could have young, have more generations of their kind. And God made all of the wonderful creatures around us from nothing. So when we think about that, we realize just how wise and how powerful God is. And the way that he has made us, he's made us in his image. And human beings like you and me, we can be creative as well. And when I see a blank sheet of paper, I want to write on it or draw on it. And perhaps you feel that way too. And there is power in the things that are written down. When you write something down, it means that someone, maybe in the future even, maybe 100 years from now, might pick up that piece of paper and read it and feel what you feel today and know how your feelings were and what you were thinking about and what troubled you or made you happy. And we can communicate not only to people alive now, but we can communicate to people in the future by writing our thoughts down. Now here in Britain, there have been a long history, of course, of writers, and all over the world we have famous people that have written things down. I like to think of Shakespeare. He never went to university and he never left Britain as far as we know, but he could write about Italy, a place called Verona. When he wrote Romeo and Juliet, he described that place. He could write about periods of time long before he was born. And he had that amazing gift. And we can think about another man who was riding on his bicycle one time. And he had a little tiny piece of paper folded up in his pocket. And he took out his pencil, he stopped his bike, and he wrote on the piece of paper, "In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit." And he folded it up, and when he got home, he put it in a drawer, and he left it for 2 years. And that writer was J.R.R. Tolkien. And he wrote Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and so on, which have all been made into movies as well. We can think of Jules Verne. He started with a blank sheet of paper, and he wrote what it would be like to be deep under the ocean, 20,000 leagues under the sea, to travel under the oceans. And that all he was using was his imagination. But you know, writing can be much more powerful than just using your imagination and making people entertained. When Charles Dickens wrote one of his stories, Oliver Twist was about a little boy who lived in a workhouse and who didn't have a mum or a dad, and how he was working so hard and how he struggled so hard to eat. And Oliver Twist actually changed the laws of this land so that the Poor Law Amendment Act of 1834 was attacked and changed, partly because of Oliver Twist, because Charles Dickens had sat in his room and written down that story. And maybe you can change the world through some of the things that you will write, not only in the future when you're a grown-up, but maybe you can write things down even now that might change the minds of other people. They might read them one day and say, wow, that's true. We need to change things around here. We need a different kind of world. The power of a blank sheet of paper. And I hope you can think about that for a moment and just imagine the kinds of things that you would want to write down, the kinds of things that you would want to change in the world. And maybe after this you can even have a short discussion about that. I know that when George Orwell wrote his book, he sat down and wrote a book about the future. He called it 1984, but really it's about much further into the future. And he described a lot of things that have happened in this country and in other parts of the world. And he warns us about lots of things to watch out for in the future. Well, Christians believe that the best writing of all is God's word, the Bible. And that's why we read it. That's why we believe that it wasn't just written by clever people, but that they were guided by God, guided by his hand, so that the things they wrote can comfort us. When I read the Psalms, I'm reading what David said 2,900 years ago, and it can still comfort me and encourage me and strengthen me when I'm facing different kinds of trouble, different kinds of problems. So I would like you to think very hard about what you would put on this blank sheet of paper. Maybe a lovely picture. Maybe it would be something that you'd written down that you were thinking about where you'd like to change the world now or warn the world about the future. Think about all the wonderful, creative things that you and I can think about and can put on a blank sheet of paper. And let's ask God to guide us and to help us in the ideas and the thoughts that come to us. And maybe this summer, I hope you don't just waste your time. I hope you'll be thinking about some of the great things that you can write down that might change other people. Thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.